dang, am I really that terrible of a mom that my daughter doesn't want to live with me? So I am a homeschooling mom who is also a business owner. And so majority of my day looks like being with my kids, working on business, and working to do things for myself. Because if I don't take care of me, I cannot take care of them the best way that I need to. So with that being said, there are days where I find myself asking, am I a good mom? Am I being all that my kids deserve? For example, I have days where I let them watch TV for the entire day and I feel terrible. It doesn't matter how much I needed to rest. I feel absolutely terrible because I feel as though I should be doing something with them. I should be playing with them. I should be taking them outside. I should be doing a lesson with them so that they continue to strengthen their knowledge and their skills. However, it doesn't matter. So on those days when I feel like that, when I think, dang, Aaliyah, you just needed to rest. You're okay. It's okay. It's just one day. But I begin to feel these things of self-doubt, like maybe I'm doing something wrong. And I know I'm not alone in feeling this. I know that you have felt before that you were a bad mom. You felt like because of what you saw people doing on social media that you didn't do, that maybe you're not giving your kid their all. Maybe you're not giving them everything that they deserve. And I want to tell you that we're going to stop looking at social media to tell us how we're supposed to raise these kids and what we're supposed to do with them. First of all, you are that baby's mama. You know what that baby likes. You know what that baby doesn't like. You know what your capacity is, and you know what y'all have. Talk to God always when it comes to what you are supposed to do with your family. Because I learned very early on with my homeschooling journey, I saw all the things on Pinterest. Hashtag not a Pinterest mom. I'm not a Pinterest mom, y'all. I'll go to Pinterest for inspiration, but I ain't a Pinterest mom. Okay. But I would go on Pinterest. I would see things pop up on my timeline on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, okay, I need to do this. Oh, let me go see how I can make this happen. Realizing that I was running myself to the ground and taking time away that I could have been spending with my child, which is the grand scheme of things, to be like and operate in a way that God never meant for me to operate. That's my off-topic. But I know that you have been there before where you started to feel like I am not doing what I need to be doing for my child. And the fact is that it's actually great that you are feeling these things because it shows that you are a parent who cares. You are a parent who wants to do better, who is acknowledging the fact that, yeah, I could do more. And that's already proof enough that you're not a bad mom. There is a next step though. Now that you are aware, now that you know that you have these feelings, the next step is doing something about it. And so it's not always going to be, oh, I need to hop up and I need to do everything that I saw on my Facebook this morning. Sometimes it's just, I take this. Maybe tomorrow, instead of letting them watch 2 movies, I let them watch 1 movie. And then we'll get up and read a book together. Or we'll get up and we'll go, we ain't got to do a whole bunch of stuff outside. Maybe we'll just go stand outside on the porch. I'll let them run around. It's not always this, you're doing wrong. Sometimes we need to be built up in certain areas so that we can be more disciplined in another. And y'all, when I say that God is leading this conversation, because this is definitely not where I was going, but I just need for us as moms to stop looking at what social media says that we should be doing, and then all of a sudden we think we're the worst parent in the world. And so I'm going to share the story with you. I know the way, Yahweh. Don't know the way, Yahweh. I'm going Yahweh. 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 One day, my daughter and I, we had just finished a homeschooling lesson, and she goes, I want to live with grandma. I don't want to live with you anymore. And y'all, if she would have said that to me about a year and a half ago, I probably would not have had the response that I had. And it's because back then I was in a different place where I was still in the awareness phase. I was still in this phase of just knowing and becoming aware of there were things in my parenting that I wish I did better, but I wasn't doing anything about it. There were still things that I had to heal from because I was, let's say it, jealous of my daughter and her grandmother's relationship. And it took time to understand where that jealousy came from so that I wouldn't project that onto my daughter. I think it's absolutely beautiful that my baby girl feels the way she does about her grandmother. But back then, I couldn't see that because there were unhealed parts of myself. So back to the story. She says this, and in my head for a split second, I'm like, oh my gosh, what kind of mom am I that my daughter would want to go live with her grandmother instead of me? Like, what? I had to stop myself. So I took a moment, and I was just like, oh man, I'm sad. Like, I'm sad to hear that you would rather live with your grandma than me. And so this opened up space for her because one, she sees I am human. Mama has feelings too. So she sees that I am a person who experienced stuff as well. And she also felt the safety of being able to talk to me and share these things. So I ask her, and I'm like, what makes you feel that way? And so she begins to talk to me, and she tells me, well, Daddy disciplined me. She ain't say discipline, y'all, but I don't know what YouTube flags. So she said, Daddy disciplined me, and I didn't like it. So then she changes her tune, and she's like, I want to live with Grandma and you, not Daddy. And so now I'm on the inside, I'm laughing because it didn't even have anything to do with me. This was just my daughter processing her emotions. She's 3. She is still learning that the things that happen to her are not these huge, gigantic, like, I need to go run away type moments. She's still learning that. And so as a parent, it is my job to make sure that I don't take my hurt and drop it on her. And it takes time. It takes time for us to go from, am I a bad parent, exploding on my kids, not pushing myself to at least do one thing better, to, hey, today I was tired. We did a lesson. Now them kids gonna watch that movie. Or my child said something to me. Let me go take a break before I get back to talking to them, so I don't unleash on them something that didn't even have anything to do with them. So another thing that this brought to me is that we take things personally. We take the things that our kids do extremely personal. A lot of times, our children, they're not acting based on the fact that, oh, they know what they're doing. Now, some of our kids, they are at that stage where they're testing the waters because they want to see how far you will allow them to go. However, that is not every single time. Sometimes our kids are just genuinely being kids, and this is a part of their development process. And so, as parents, we have to know when to not be so quick to pop off and get upset and say something hurtful because our kid said something hurtful to us. Literally, ouch, that hurt. Begin to say that whenever your kids say stuff, because we used to say that saying so often: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words hurt, okay? Words stick. There are words that I can remember that people have said about me from whenever I was a little girl that those people have probably completely forgotten about, but I still remember them. Words stick, they stay, and they hurt. So the next time your child says something to you and it hurts, ouch, that hurt. But I didn't even touch you. I didn't even hit you. I know your words sting. Your words have power. And I don't know if y'all see it, but through this type of communication, through us going through this awareness and taking the next step, we're actually teaching our kids by modeling and being an example for them the way that they should react to situations, the way they should approach others when they do something that hurts them. Heck, the way they should approach us when we do something that hurts them. Our children should not be so scared to talk to us whenever we do something that they don't like. Now, that doesn't mean we hop up every single time that we do something they don't like and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again." Because some things, baby, you going to suck it up. Because what I say stands. However, that does not mean we can't still listen to what our kids say and take it into consideration. Hey. All right, y'all, I interrupt this message to share something with you. Whenever I was first coming out of secular music, it was a little hard trying to find songs that had a little beat to it. You know, I knew all the oldies and the goodies and even a little bit of quartet songs, but I wanted something where the bass dropped. Okay, and I wanted to help you add to your playlist by telling you about this amazing Christian artist named Band of the Future. You can check her out right now on YouTube. Just type in Band of the Future, and I'll also drop the link below. All right, back to the message. Motherhood is hard. It is this up and down cycle. Because think about it. Your first child was the first child that you were blessed with to guide and lead up into this world. I am an older sibling. So in my head, I done had a couple kids. I done helped with my siblings. I done helped with cousins. I done had a couple kids. But when those kids became my sole responsibility, things changed. And self-doubt comes in like a wrecking ball. If y'all just got my reference, we here. You my type of people. But it seriously does. There's minutes where you have really high highs and then really low lows. And we can't stay in those low lows. Because one, we have children that are looking up to us, who are trying to navigate this world. We've been here decades. Okay, y'all? These babies are brand new to the scene. Brand new to the scene. That's just like something that I'm learning whenever I am picking up a new habit. And we're going to jump back on this Spanish. If you watch my last video, you know what I'm talking about. But I start and I immediately think I'm just supposed to get it like that the first time. I didn't grow up learning this. Even if we think about the English language, literally, y'all, they make us learn English all the way up until high school. And then throughout college, we have to take English courses. So if it has become a journey where even with learning the language that we grew up with in our household, it's the same thing with our kids. It's going to take them time after time after time to learn the lesson, to apply it to their lives, and to actually have real world experiences with it. And because of that, because just like them, they're learning, we're learning too. We have never been mothers before. Yes, we've had those children that we raised like our own. We were the co parents to siblings, to cousins. But we did not have the sole responsibility over these children. So we're all learning and growing and trying to figure this out and navigating this beautiful, bittersweet journey. So I want to encourage you that you're not alone in your feelings. That there are some days where you just feel like, dang, am I really that terrible of a mom that my daughter doesn't want to live with me? Am I actually doing enough on this homeschooling journey? Do I work too much? Am I building a good enough relationship with my child? Am I giving them enough real world experiences? These thoughts are going to come. We just have to know how to fight it. We have to know how to sit with it for a second and get back up. We have children looking out to see, how does mama handle this situation? Because however they see us handle it is how they are going to go into this world and handle it. Train up a child in the way they should go. Not only that, we need it. We need the healing. We need to be able to feel safe within ourselves. We need to be able to believe and trust in ourselves that on days when we don't get it all done, that on days when we need a little bit more of a breather, that it is okay, that we don't beat ourselves down for simple things. Yesterday, I had this moment because I did a lot of things earlier in the day. So once the later evening had got here, I was starting to feel that, have I really did anything today? Maybe I should get up and go do this. And I had to stop myself because I was like, ma'am, you done cleaned a bathroom. You done cleaned the office. You done worked out for 30 minutes. You done took a shower. You got on a meeting. You cooked breakfast. You did a lot of stuff. You got up early and you prayed and you read about 3-4 chapters of your Bible. If you don't sit your behind down and rest, but if we don't take the moment to become aware of that feeling and then remind ourselves, hey, we're all right, then we will continue to dwell and we will go into this deep rabbit hole where we don't feel like we're the best people that we could be. Basically, what I'm trying to say is take the awareness and do more with it. Don't just stay at the, am I doing enough? Am I a bad mom? Am I, all the am I's. Don't just sit there. Take it, reflect on it, model the behaviors, and then allow this to be an opportunity for you to grow stronger with your child. For me, my daughter saying she wanted to live with her grandma, it just meant, okay, I understand that they have a really strong bond. Let me go hit up my grandma. There's a little girl that's inside of me that misses her grandma. It never had anything to do with the fact that my daughter said she'd rather live with her grandma than me. But it had everything to do with me missing a relationship with my own grandma. Pay very close attention to the feelings that you are feeling. They are real. They are real. So acknowledge it. And then work through it. We are still healing. Like, this journey is not easy. It is not one size fits all. However, when you do it with community, it is a beautiful thing. I've seen so much growth and healing in the moms in the very intentional mama village, and I am so proud. And it's not just them. I am healing. I created this group. I created this group with others in mind, but I remember that a lot of this stuff, I was there at one point. And I am growing daily right along with the mamas in the village. So if you are a mom and you're working to heal from your childhood experiences and you don't want to do it alone anymore, go ahead and click the link below. We'd be more than happy to have you. And remember, you are not a bad mom. You're learning. You're growing. You're an intentional mama. And that's what makes all the difference. Keep showing up for your kids. But most importantly, keep showing up for you. Because when mom feels better, the rest of the household does. And you're doing better than you think.